bullet journals, art projects, organized planner sheet. I'm going to start right here in this little corner where I have my laminator and a printer that I'm currently using. And here in the back you can kind of see I've got some foam board and white poster board stuck behind there. But this little chest is what I used. Oh, and I should tell you guys that my office sits up against a wall as part of the dining room. Okay, so this is a little end of the dining room table, and then all around here is my art studio and office. Okay, so right here is a chest that I got from Goodwill for 12 bucks. Yes, it's real. I really love it. It's got this kind of old traveling pirate kind of theme to it, and it's so neat. When I opened it, of course it was completely empty, but there was this little Semper Fi patch in there for the Marine Corps, which I thought was awesome, and I was in the Navy and that just made me smile. So yeah, so here again is my laminator and printer, and then here on this end I've got these towers. So let's just kind of we'll start at the top of those towers, or right above that. So here I got this little frame from Goodwill, and it had this gosh, I can't think of the word again now, and I work with these every day. Mat. It has a mat and a fillet in there, and I just cut some black foam board to put behind it, and I use these little clips or clothesline clips to hang things that I'm making when they're for them to dry if I'm using paints. And so this is just, of course, for some little smaller items. And then here we have these plastic towers, and I saved one of the stickers so I could tell you what kind they were. Let's see if I can get that in there. So they're Sterlite, and this is the smaller one, Sterlite Weave. So there are actually 4 here. So there are 5 drawers. Let's see, it stops right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 drawers in each set. So there are 4 sets there, and I think they look so cute. They make me think of an apothecary. And so some of the top drawers don't have anything in them, but so that oh, that one does. Well, I know I have some drawers with nothing in them. I'll show you guys, but it does leave me room to grow. So these are some extra, just cheap pencil sharpeners. You never know when you lose one or miss one. There's always an extra, because it was like, 10 of them for $1. And then these are my notepads, sticky pads rather. And this one's empty. Okay, this one just has an extra little storage container that I like to put like glue sticks in and pins and things depending on the situation. And let's see where I get to some more stuff in these drawers. All right, here's where I've got different types of tape: double-sided tape, regular clear tape, and this is Gorilla tape, Gorilla Glue, that brand tape. And then let's see, nothing there, nothing there. All right, and then here I've got some Velcro. And then here I've got that poster tacky stuff that you can get from Dollar Tree. And this is some I use. I'm going to see if I can reuse it. And then here, oh, I did that drawer. Okay, and then these are some different little tools and things that I use for making traveler's notebooks that wouldn't fit in the other areas. So they're not really tools, but they're like, embellishments and things, tassels and charms, and the clips that you, lobster claw clasp that you use to put them on to hang on a traveler's notebook. These are rubber bands, of course. And then here I've got stapler and some staple removers and staples. And then here I've got a glue gun and some other glue, liquid glue. And I went over that drawer. And here I've got paper clips and thumbtacks and a big clip. And then here I've got glue sticks and some smaller thing of Mod Podge. And then here are my measuring tapes. I've got 2 of them in there. They're just really stuck back there. And then here I have some magnets. All right, that's everything in these towers, and I really like them. And then I've got another one down here, which is a different size, and it's also Sterlite weave. And you can get these online at Walmart or at Target or at the stores. I got all of mine at the stores, and you'll see the rest. And then in this one, I've got sketch pads. I think they're all different types of sketch pads. And then this one is actually a little watercolor pad that I made. So it's watercolor in here too. Yes, so all different types of watercolor pads, mixed media pads, sketch pads. I don't think I have, oh, I got a book that you can do drawings in that specifically gives you ideas of what to draw. And then these are just some toilet paper rolls that I'm going to be doing a craft with. So that's what's in there. In this drawer, I have printer, what do you call them? The full size label paper and smaller size label paper for printing and making stickers and things like that in here. And I've got sheet protectors. And then in this drawer, I've got my printer paper and my hole punch, 3-hole punch. And then right here in the corner between that and the chest, I've got some containers for mailing art prints for my Etsy shop, which will be posted, some more will be posted here probably by the time this video uploads, if not very shortly after. All right, so moving along there, so I'm just gonna go, I think I'll just go ahead and go over the whole kind of wall mural part before I go through the next set of drawers. So starting right here, that corner is my daughter made that for me for Christmas. I love it, and it's got organized planner sheets, so of course it is now my logo for my YouTube channel. And then up here at the top, my son made that for me for Christmas. It's of course a map of Oklahoma, and then it's the Oklahoma City skyline and a Ferris wheel that's just been up there maybe a couple of years. It just makes me so happy about home. And then here, these are all pieces of art that I made, original art that I framed. One of my favorite pieces is this one right here that I made out of some Prismacolor watercolor pencils and Prismacolor pastels. And then this is my logo. Well, it's always been my logo for LucindadoriPlanners on Etsy, but it was a photo of some traveler's notebooks that I made, and then I recently changed that to a watercolor version of it that I made. All right, so that, and let me see if I can give you a different kind of view, do a different angle. Let's go back here of this mural wall, or what do I call a mural wall? Yeah, I really, really love it. And I have got room to add to it, and of course I'll change things out as the mood strikes me. Okay, so then here I've got another piece, another frame that I got from Goodwill, and I put black foam board, and I used you know, oh, I don't know if I painted these. Yeah, I used gold fingernail polish, gold sprinkled fingernail polish or glittery fingernail polish on those clothespins, and gold here as well. And then I love owls. I don't know if you guys know that. I think I've shared it from time to time, but my husband gave me this one right here as part of my Christmas gift wrapping, and then I bought this one. Love it. And then back here is a little book you see right there, upside down person. It is an artist that I knew back home who just gave me that as inspiration. It's full of tons of sketches, and they're amazing. And then, you know, just some odds and ends back there, like I need to use that mat to frame some art. And then I've got some just sitting up here, 2 paper cutters or trimmers, and then I just figure I'm going to use this one day, so I kept it. And this is some transparent adhesive, or a vinyl adhesive. And then in this big drawer, it's also a Sterlite drawer, and it has 4 drawers, and that white one had 3. This one has 4. So on the top one, I have all of my different types of, except for the ones that are on my desk, I'll show you in a moment, but these are all packed with pens and pencils and markers. My Tombos are stored in here, you know, every one you can imagine is stored in here. Color pencils, markers, not the watercolor ones, but or pastels, but everything else is in here. And then here in this container is all watercolor, so it's full of watercolor tins and little glass bottles and watercolor brushes and travel kits and the little palettes and everything here. And I know I've got an apron sitting on top of here, but it really needs to go with my acrylics. Now my acrylics are not in here, they are in a closet, so I could store them up high and make sure that if something leaks I don't damage the carpet here in the apartment. All right, and then this one is pastels. So like here's Prismacolor pastel, and my Prismacolor, of course, watercolors, pencils and everything over there. But I've got pastels, different brands, Prismacolor, Artist Loft. This one is an offering I got from a local art store, and these are full of pastels. And I don't know why that jar is there. Probably because it wouldn't fit in there, maybe for using watercolors. And then I use this like it's a dish drying mat for when I paint, and watercolors. It's easy to kind of dab it on there. And then I've got down here, you see this this is tarp, this silver part. I don't know if you can see that, and it's really for my acrylics whenever I paint with that, but it fit nicely in this drawer and not with the acrylics. So, and this is just a little ceramic or whatever stoneware bowl that I use for my glue stick whenever you know, whenever it's hot, so that when a little bit of glue comes out, it comes out on this and not on anything else, and I just stick it in there. All right, now this bottom, no, got one more drawer before I get to the bottom drawer. This drawer is full of bullet journals and traveler's notebooks that I use on a regular basis. And you see there are a lot of them in here. And you know, all of the traveler's notebooks I think that are in this drawer I made, and my art journal I made. There's some bullet journals in here that I made, and they've all been in videos. You guys, I promise you've seen all of these. If not, check out my videos. And then this drawer is hard to open because it's full of paper. It's full of all different types of craft paper and a couple of baking soda boxes, because you guys know that I also make traveler's notebooks out of recycled materials. And so all different types of paper for the products that I make in my Etsy shop are in here. Let's see if I can close this with my foot. Nope, not completely. All right. I think I got it almost. I'll probably have to sit this down a second. Close now. All right. So then coming here is the desk, and my desk is actually you know guys, I got all this stuff from Walmart. So this desk is actually a table that I got from Walmart, and this chair is as well. And then I've just got at the top, you know, this is a dish pan, not dish pan, dish drying mat, and this the dish drying mat, and so are these, just kind of going with my color themes that I like. And then here, ooh, here we go. And then here, all of these containers are recycled tin cans from vegetables and like tomatoes and things like, well, tomatoes a fruit, I think. But anyway, and then this glass jars that I was reusing and recycling. And so up here I've got, in this, I have my Faber-Castell pencil sharpener that sharpens all different types of pencils and colored pencils, no matter what the shape is, and some tortillons and other little sharpeners. And then this, I love this, from First Sunday Handmade on Etsy. Love it, from Oklahoma. And then here is actually a tin can, and then I just stacked some duct tape around it, and it's full of different types of erasers. See in there, Faber-Castell, and I can't think of the name of this brand right here. You guys would know it if I can't. Pentel, and different types of erasers depending on what type of work you're doing. And then this is a bunch of, this was the 50 pack of Crayola color pencils here. And then, like I said, my other color pencils, my Prismacolor, are in this top drawer with all the other pencils and pens. And then here are just some highlighters, which my husband unfortunately accidentally threw away my mild liners when we moved, so I only have like 2, so I've got to order all the rest of them that are missing. But I've got other highlighters in here and some other, you know, correction pens. And then these are most of my sketching pencils right here. And then these are Stabilo pens. And so these are just things that I have accessible. I have, if you've seen my video, oops, something just fell. If you see my video, what's in my pen case, then you know that I always have in there my Tombows and my Prismacolor color pencils. At least, I don't know if I had those in there before when I did that video, but I do now. My Tombows, my Prismacolor color pencils, and my mild liner, not my mild liner hiders, gosh, I can't even think of the word. If I think of it, I'll put it across the screen of my pens that are like this, but it's the different brand. Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners, that's them. They're all, and some sketching pencils and erasers are always with me, sitting out on my desk whenever. I should just pull that out so you can kind of visualize how that normally goes. So this is normally sitting out on my desk, and it goes with me everywhere I go. And so that's where my favorites. So this has got Tombows in it. This has got Tombows in it. This has got Tri-Plus fine liners, and my jelly roll. And I got a couple other jelly rolls, and my microns, and some sketching pencils, a Faber-Castell, and there's Faber-Castell up here too, which I'll show you, and my Prismacolor. Oops, there we go. Prismacolor color pencils, and another micron in a different size. Okay, so that always is with me. And all right, so then in this one is a bunch of different types of black pens. So we've got Sharpie, and let's take them out as I do a Sharpie. And this is a Dollar Tree brand that I actually really like. I think it's, what does that say? Can't see it. Optimus, something like that. And my black jelly roll. We got several different sizes of Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens, and a Sharpie. And I think this is more of what I've already said. All right, so that's what's in that one. And then these are all the Michaels brand Artist Loft. That's kind of a sort of equivalent to Tombows. And then I've got a Tombow blender in here. These are different tools that I use on a regular basis. You know, cutting cardboard for stuff, and clamping anything down, you know, clamping, that kind of stuff. And then this is directions on which is the right type of hole to use depending on the sharpness you need for that Faber-Castell pencil sharpener. And then these are other tools: scissors, lighter when I want to, you know, seal off something that has like a fabric that has a peeling edge. This helps me make sure when I put anything on the wall that it balances, and a ruler. And then these are the paintbrushes that I mostly use. All right, so that, and then of course always sitting here in the center is my bullet journal that's inside a traveler's notebook, the one that I use every day that goes everywhere with me. And then here's another frame that I got at Goodwill and have the clothespins on, and this is just what I decorated for January from my kind of title pages in my bullet journal, and I photocopied them, not photocopied, yeah, print copied, whatever. I used my printer and printed copies of them, and put them up here for my January calendar at my desk. And then these are just a few books. This a really good friend made for me, Jessica, and I'll be using those here this month or February. And then these are just some books, one I'm using in a set of videos about sketching, and one on acrylics, and one on watercolor basics. And then this is just a really big multimedia or mixed media pad that won't fit in any other drawers. And I got something, it's a little directions on different brushes and things there too. And then in these drawers we've got, this is another set of Sterlite drawers. This is everything that I need to wrap up products that I send from my Etsy shop. And this is a bunch of why does my vocabulary leave me every time I do a video? Does anyone else have that problem? I don't know why I do. But these are gosh, you guys know what this is. So when I think of it, I'll put it across the screen. Washi tape. Gosh, I don't know. Lord, I know I'm getting older, but that shouldn't be starting that early. All right, and then I've got some insert right there, and a few other bullet journals, traveler's notebooks, rather, that I don't use on a daily basis that are in here. So anyway, I wrap up my products that go out, and I put something on with washi tape, and then this is where I have the envelopes and the thank you cards that I include in there when I wrap it up. And then I also have the mailing envelopes are all sitting under there. This is all filming stuff. And then here is products. So I have 2 different drawers with 4 different binders that have the products in them. So believe it or not, maybe I'll do a video. You let me know if you're interested to actually flip through all the products and how they're able to be stored in binders, because I'm able to get like over 100 products in those binders. This is for stickers. This is a bullet journal that I haven't used yet. And this is all some products and Etsy stuff, and some forms that I use, for some of the products. This is some overflow of thread, or gosh, actually it's like more like embroidery thread that I use when I make traveler's notebooks, and I'll show you the rest in a second. And then down here is more product binders and a bunch of different inserts that I haven't used yet for traveler's notebooks. There we go. And then here we come to these drawers. So this is the backpack that I take everywhere with me, and I bring stuff that I'm going to work on for my business or for art. There's my laptop in its bag, and this bag here is in my very most popular video with over 10,000 views, and it's planner supply storage on a budget. And then these are drawers that have like my fabrics and stuff in them. So in here is pretty stuffed. I've got lots of different under here. Let's see, I'll take a few things out so you can see. So you see a bunch of embroidery thread, and here is some extra thread, or leftover pieces of thread that there's still a lot to use. There's embroidery thread there. These are different buttons that I sometimes use in traveler's notebooks. And then back here, and here is a bunch of different elastics that I use when I make traveler's notebooks. Tons of it. All right, and then here is just some little sewing things. And then these are the gloves that I use to help me not have pins and needles from working with small pieces and things and doing things with needles. All right, and then here is kind of another little sewing thing. These are things that I have started and have pinned for making fabric traveler's notebooks. And under there is some fabric, and down here is some fabric. All right, you guys, well, that's all of it for my office. So let's get to the giveaway. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. Guys, I'm going to go over everything that I'm going to give away. One of the things that I'm going to give away is not pictured here, or you can't see it right now, and that's because I'm going to ask you guys to kind of vote on what color you want it to be. So that thing, drum roll please, will be a Leuchtturm 1917 bullet journal. Awesome, but I don't know what color, so of course I could do black, but I don't know, it seems kind of boring. So if you're interested in winning, one of the things that you're going to do is tell me in the comments what color you would like for it to be. And then I will just take the most popular, I don't know, color, or maybe I'll do whoever wins and I'll order it really quickly for them. So it comes in a couple of days and it'll come with everything. I think that's what I'll do. All right, so first you get this set of Pentel erasers, which I have this. Normally you just get it like this, but I bought this case or set all together that had the regular one and the ones that go on your pencil, and these work just as well. I mean, they're like exactly the same, so I love those. So you'll get this. You'll get a 12 pack of Prismacolor color pencils. I mean, nothing beats Prismacolor, you guys. I love it, love it, love it. So you'll get that. You'll also get the primary palette for Tombow dual brush markers. Awesome! Okay, and then you'll get this 18-piece sketching art set. And let's see, on the back it tells you it comes with 8 sketching pencils, 3 charcoal pencils, 2 tortillons, 1 soft pastel pencil, 1 blending stump, one plastic sharpener, one kneaded eraser, and one vinyl eraser. All right, you guys, so all of that plus a Leuchtturm 1917 in your color of choice. All right, so what do you have to do to win this? Just two things. You're just going to be a subscriber, and if you haven't subscribed yet, just hit that subscribe button and be sure and hit the bell so you can get notifications for all my videos. So number one, again, is be a subscriber. Number two is just post your Instagram. And the reason is sometimes when I've done giveaways in the past, no one responded through the YouTube system of doing that. So I'm going to do a direct message through Instagram for the winner. All right. So, and then the last thing is just, tell me if you prefer a certain color for your Leuchtturm, and then you'll get that one. All right. So quick review is be a subscriber and post your Instagram and just tell me if you prefer a certain color of the Leuchtturm 1917 if you win. All right, you guys, thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel and all of your support. Thank you. My goal now for 2018 is to reach 2,000 subscribers. So anything you can do to help that would be awesome. And also my subscribers get an additional discount from my LucindadoriPlanners Etsy shop when they subscribe. And that discount is in the comments below. And there's a new one every month. And until next time, everyone, happy planning.